Examples. Example number 1, solve by inspection. Use mental math to solve each equation. So if you have j plus 4 equals 12, most of us can figure that out without having to actually subtract from both sides. You think to yourself, what number plus 4 equals 12? 8. J equals 8. You test it out. Does 8 plus 4 equal 12?
Yeah.
So then you're correct. 15 minus y equals 5. You think to yourself, what number subtracted from 15 will equal 5?
9.
Y equals 10. And then you test it. 15 minus 10, what does that equal? 5. There we go. Okay? And then we've got 17 equals d minus 9. What number minus 9 equals 17? It is not 8. And you know how you know, so we'll try this. D equals 8. So you're saying that 17 equals 8 minus 9.
No.
17 does not equal 8 minus 9.
Oh, wait.
So we know that this is wrong. So what do we do? Yeah.
D equals 26.
26. So let's try that one. D equals 26. Does 17 equal 26 minus 9? Yes. So we are correct. So inspection, when it says solve by inspection, what it's basically saying is figure it out in your head. In your journals, would this be acceptable?
No.
What would you have to do in your journals to show that you understood the concept? Yes.
Write down what you thought in your head.
Okay. So you could write down what plus 4 equals 12. 8, then check. Okay, that shows me your thinking. I know how you're coming up with this number. Example number 2, model and solve a problem. Stephanie and her sister cycle 4 kilometers. Of course, as we're reading, we write down our numbers. 4 kilometers to the shopping mall, then travel farther to their mother's office. So plus F for farther. If they cycle 11 kilometers in total, how far is it from the shopping mall to their mother's office? Okay, so if I write this as I'm listening to the question, or as I'm reading the question, I've come up with my equation already. 4 plus F equals 11. So to model the situation, I can use my cups because they're nice and easy. I've got 4, okay, little round circular kilometers, but whatever. I have 1 cup, and on the other side, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 11. So if I have 4 that I want to take off on this side, I need to take off 4 on this side. How many are left over?
7.
Arjun?
What?
7, good. Okay, so our variable f equals 7. How do we check it?
7 plus 4 equals 11.
4 plus 7 equals 11. Yes, we know that our variable is correct. To solve by inspection, what would you do? What's inspection mean? Mental math. So what would you do? To solve by inspection, what would you do? Yes.
Think what plus 4 is 11?
Yeah. What plus 4 is 11? 7 plus 4 is 11. Therefore, our answer is. And example number 3. Aaron needs to solve the equation c plus 22 equals 56, like in our first example. In order to find the cost C of taking the car to the ferry from Vancouver to Victoria, what is the cost? Check your answer. When it says apply the opposite operation, that's what we were doing before. You subtract from both sides. It cancels it out here. So you've only got C on this side of the equation. 56 minus 22 equals 34. So you know that C equals 34. You test by putting the variable into the equation. 34 plus 22, 4 plus 2 equals 6. 3 plus 2 equals 5. So we know that our answer is correct. Do you have any questions? Okay, so the one thing that I'm going to add to this, which is not actually in what we're talking about, is when we start doing two-step operations, which are things where you're doing 2b plus 3 equals, I don't know, 9. It is always the constant that comes first. So you always deal with that, because if you picture it on the little balance beam, you've got two things that are unknown and 3 counters, and then 9 counters. It's a lot easier to start with just to take those 3 counters off here and take those 3 counters off here. Right? You just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you always deal with the constant first. You always deal with the adding and subtracting and doing the opposite operation there first. Then you will deal with the multiplication or division. How would I solve this? 2b equals 6. Yeah.
Well, kind of obvious with the answers, but you would do 6, I guess, divided by 2.
So 2b equals 6 divided by 2. Is that going to be a correct answer? 2b equals 3?
No.
No. What did we forget? Think back to when we were doing the adding and subtracting.
Wouldn't you just, like, kind of move over and start a new equation?
Whatever you do.
To the top, you do to the bottom. You do.
True, except that we don't have tops and bottoms here. We have sides. So whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. We need to divide both sides by 2. Okay? 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 1 times something is something, so it really cancels each other out. This now, because we've done both sides, tells us 6 divided by 2 is 3, so b equals 3. If you put it into the equation, 2 times 3 plus 3, 2 times 3 equals 6 plus 3 equals 9. Okay?